will blow them up. That was a sentence from Trump inside a high-level meeting about a country America is supposed to call an ally. It's not Russia, it's not China, it's not North Korea. It's Oman. And that second leak hit the internet exactly. The global panic started. So I'm going to break this down, how the world reacted to the reports Donald Trump threatening military action against Oman during the discussion about the Strait of Hormuz and rising tensions with Iran. And if you think this is just another political controversy, you're missing the bigger picture, what is about to happen. Because this isn't about one sentence, it's about something much bigger. This is about how close the world may actually be another massive the Middle East conflict. What exactly happened here? So here's what reports are saying. Donald Trump was discussing Iran, oil routes, and control over the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most strategically important waterways on the entire planet. Then came the moment now exploding across the headlines. According to the reports, Donald Trump warned that if Oman sided with Iran in restricting or influencing the Strait of Hormuz, will blow them up totally. That's insane. Now, that line instantly changed the tone of the entire conversation in the room. So why this is so out of the blue and so insane? Because Oman is not an American enemy. Oman has historically been one of the quickest US partners in the Middle East. So when America needed a secret communication with Iran, Oman helped. Oman was the first to help. So when tensions escalated in the Gulf, Oman often acted like an adult in the room. So they were considered neutral, stable, diplomatic, and suddenly they are being mentioned in military threats. That's so weird. That's why diplomats were so stunned. Now, let me explain you why this matters so much. The Strait of Hormuz is basically the artery of the global oil system. Nearly 1/5 of the world's oil passes through that narrow waterway. So if the conflict shuts down, what will happen? The gas prices will explode, market will crash, shipping will collapse, and the global economy start bleeding within days. And that's why America treats the region like a pressure cooker. So one wrong move there affects the entire planet instantly. So what Donald Trump meant exactly with this? The message was very simple, brutal, but super straight. He believes no country should interfere with international shipping routes in the Strait of Hormuz, and he sees Iran as trying to use the region as leverage against the world economy. Now, so according to the reports, Donald Trump's warning to Oman was basically this: if you help Iran challenge the US control or global access in the region, America will respond with force. And critics immediately said the same thing. Did a former US president just threaten to bomb an ally? The internet erupted with this. Within minutes, the social media exploded. Now, some people call Donald Trump a dangerous leader. Others, they call him as a fearless leader. Now, supporters, they said, finally a leader who talks very tough and straightforward. And on the other hand, the critics are saying this is exactly how the war begins. And honestly, both sides understand something really important. When Donald Trump speaks, the world reacts on a positive or even a negative side. Because unlike traditional politicians, Donald Trump doesn't speak in polished diplomatic language, because he is absolutely different from other politicians. He speaks like a confrontation is a strategy, and that's exactly why moments like this can go viral instantly. Like this is what happened with Iran now. Now, this is bigger than Oman. Here's the part most people are missing. This isn't really about Oman. This is all about Iran. This is about oil, like oil control. This is all about the power in the Middle East. And the most importantly, it's all about who controls the global pressure points when tensions are really rising every single day. Because America knows something terrifying. If Strait of Hormuz is disrupted for even a short period of time, the economic shock could hit the entire world instantly. Now, the fear escalates in a very larger way. And now the foreign policy experts are also warning about the escalation in a very bad way, because history shows wars don't always start with a missile. Sometimes they just start with a language, with a rough one sentence, one threat, one retaliation, one misunderstanding, and that's it. Boom. And suddenly the countries are mobilizing. That's why these comments became international news so quickly in a very nasty way. Not because people were shocked because Donald Trump said something very aggressive, but because tensions in the Middle East are already so dangerously high that people, they don't know what to predict next. Now, Donald Trump's supporters are defending him. Now, to be fair, Trump supporters are defending him hard because they say the media always exaggerates his comments, which I don't know. They argue he uses intimidation as in negotiations, right? And they point out something really important. Despite all the aggressive rhetoric during his presidency, Donald Trump didn't start a major new war. So supporters see this as a strategic pressure. Now, they are supporting Donald Trump in a very nice way, not an actual bombing plan. But critics say that doesn't matter anymore because once a threat enters the global headline, the damage is already done in a very bad way. Now, and this is why the story became so massive, because it revealed something so deeper. The world is entering the new phase where the diplomacy sounds less like a negotiations. Now the Middle East is just going out of chaos and more like a brinkmanship. More threats, more pressure, more unpredictability. And whether people love Donald Trump or not, or fear him or not, one thing is very undeniable. He knows how to dominate the global conversation on the table when he's sitting on the table. One sentence, that's all it took, will blow them up. And suddenly, a quiet Gulf nation became the center of international firestorm. Not because missiles were launched, not because the ships were right in front of them, just because the world realized how quickly the modern politics can move from a diplomacy towards the danger. And now everyone is watching the same question unfold. Was this just a rhetoric or not? Or a warning about the next coming big war in the Middle East? If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more and more insights.